Guys, Jen here, and welcome back to my channel where I help you become your best self through better health. Today we're talking about elimination diets and how it basically saved my life. And if you know me or have been a client of mine or have been following me for a while, then you know I do not like diets. I don't like what they stand for and what they've done to the human psyche for the past centuries. But there are two diets that I can get behind because technically they're not diets. They're more of a personalized approach to eating versus a restrictive, unappealing approach to eating and a dreadful way of eating that's unsustainable and that basically fell like a diet. So one of those two diets is the elimination diet, and I'll share with you the other diet later down the road because the elimination diet is the one that led me to the other diet. But first we're going to tackle the elimination diet today, and I'm really excited about that. So let's talk about how the elimination diet helped save me from my debilitating cycles. But before I go into that, let's define what an elimination diet is. Or before we define what elimination diet is, let's first discuss why you need one. So did you know that 32 million adults and 5.6 million children, million with an M, suffer from food allergies, sensitivities, or intolerances? Not only that, there's more. Between 1997 and 2008, the prevalence of peanut or tree nut allergies appeared to have more than tripled in U.S. children. And I don't know about you, but back in my day, there were not as many food allergies prevalent. And as they are today, as we know, a lot of schools, you can't bring peanut butter. There's so many restrictions to what kids can bring today because of the deadly allergic reactions, which begs to the question, where did all these food allergies come from? Like, where did it all come from? Which I'm going to get into that in another video, but today we're going to dive into the elimination diet. And while most food allergies do arise in childhood, there are 15% of patients that they say food allergies are first diagnosed in adulthood, and I can attest to that. So I didn't start having food allergies or adverse reactions to certain foods until I got into my adulthood, which is interesting. So now let's talk about, so now we kind of know, what the cause, or really how many people are suffering from food allergies or intolerances. That's a lot of people. 3.6 or 32 million adults and 5.6 million children. That's a lot. So now let's get into what causes the food allergies and what really they are. So basically what a food allergy is your body's response, negative response to certain foods. It's an immune response when certain foods, when your body is interacted with certain proteins or certain foods, okay? So that your immune system basically is attacking your body to help protect you from said foods. So in essence, a food allergy is when your body can't digest certain proteins, okay? So that's what a food allergy is. And food sensitivities and food intolerances, on the other hand, they don't really cause immune responses or deadly immune responses, so to speak, but they still cause adverse effects or reactions on the body. So here's kind of the difference between the two. So food allergies, the reactions can be coughing, sneezing, rashes or hives, itchy eyes, trouble breathing, or asthma. And food sensitivities or intolerances, some of those reactions can include migraines or headaches, bloating, IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, brain fog, irritability, congestion or sinuses, fatigue, acne, or inflammation, okay? So now that you know why you should possibly do an elimination diet, let's really talk about and explain how it saved my life, because it really, truly did. Like, no BS, like it saved my life. So what exactly is an elimination diet? So elimination diet follows a process of eliminating certain foods from your diet, followed by the foods being later introduced into the diet to notice any symptoms, right? The process takes about 3 to 6 weeks, and this is important so that your body can basically, because this is around the time where 3 to 6 weeks is when your body can subside, the negative reactions can subside from your body. And then once you reintroduce the certain foods to your body, you can tell whether or not the reaction is taking. So if you do it too soon, you're not going to get the response or the results that you're looking for. So 3 to 6 weeks is the estimated time that you should do an elimination diet to give your body enough time to remove the negative reactions and let that subside from your body. And then once you reintroduce the foods, have those negative reactions come back so that you can pinpoint what the cause is of that, certain food or reaction, right? All right. So now you may be asking, what foods should I eliminate in an elimination diet? So while there are more than 170 foods that have been reported to cause allergic reactions, we can break this down. I'm not going to go over all 170, but we can break it down to really 8 or 9 that are the most prevalent and that really cause 90% of the allergic reactions. I'm pretty sure you can guess some of those. Here they are. So it's dairy, wheat, corn, eggs, soy, peanuts, tree nuts, and then also shellfish. And like I said, there's so many more foods, over 170, that can cause adverse reactions to your body, but these take up over 90% of the food adverse, either sensitivities, allergic reactions, or intolerances. So those are the main ones that your body, or that most people are reported, 90% of. So how did elimination diet save my life? Well, oh my gosh, it was crazy. So basically, I've been an athlete my whole life. Basketball and volleyball were my main 2 sports, been basically healthy my whole life, but I always suffered from debilitating cycles. I'm telling you, I was only good for 2 weeks out of the month, and I was garnered the name Mean Jen. Sorry for anybody that knew me back then, but I'm healed now. And I no longer have debilitating cycles. When I tell you I was only good for 2 weeks out of the month, I had a heavy flow for 7 days, or PMS for 7 days, and a heavy flow for 7 days. And me being the healthy person that I was, I knew that this was not natural and it wasn't normal. So, and this was when I was bodybuilding at the time, and my intuition told me to look to your diet. Take something out of your diet. It has to be something that you're eating because you are healthy. So what's going on? And you know that this is not normal or healthy to be dealing with, these debilitating cycles. And so I took a food that was a main staple out of my diet, which my intuition led me to. If anyone can guess what that food is, especially when that was during my bodybuilding days, leave your comments in the description or in the comment section, because I want to know what food you think that was that I took out. But I took said food out, and if you know what it is, let me know. And once I took said food out, miraculously, I had no more reactions. I was actually good for a whole month. And I was no longer Mean Jen, right? So my PMS was not everywhere. My hormones weren't all over the place. And I was able to function like a normal person for the whole month, right? And then when I put said food back into my diet or reintroduced it, the symptoms miraculously, or came back, not miraculously, but they came back. And that's when I knew that, food is medicine, and everybody's body metabolizes food differently, and everybody needs different things. So what Susie needs, just because she's a female, same age, same whatever, does not mean that's what I need as Jennifer, right? We all need different foods. Our bodies metabolize food differently, and food is medicine. And that realization was really when over 6 years ago is when I rebranded and restructured my business, and which was the birth of JENuine Nutrition. So that realization led me on so much and on my path to more holistic living, which I was already on. So, but just really focusing on the nutrition component of it and how we can naturally heal our bodies. Okay, so that's kind of how an elimination diet saved my life. I took said food out. Intuition led me, because I knew this wasn't natural. I knew it wasn't healthy, and I was like, it has to be something in your diet. So you probably know this too. You're probably eating foods that are causing some of the symptoms that I mentioned earlier: bloat, gas, headaches, acne. Like I even have like a little, flare up coming up right now, and I know it was something that I ate. So I'm like, what was that? Which I think I know what it was, but so your body is giving you signals all the time, and you may not are familiar with them. So if you need help, no worries. I got you. I'm having a free live training next Wednesday on how to implement the elimination diet. It's next Wednesday. It's called the Elimination Diet One-on-One, how to heal your body from the inside out, because I basically naturally healed my body from my debilitating cycles, and you can too. So if you want to have more energy, less pain, less fatigue and all of that, and if you are tired of feeling like crap and in your body, it really could be something that you're eating. So I would love for you to join me for my next live training, which is next Wednesday, Elimination Diet One-on-One, so I can help guide you on going into more depth of the process of it, what you need to do, what foods you need to take out specifically, how to reintroduce them, and really what to expect during the process. Okay, so the link to register for that free training is in the description below, so make sure you save your spot. And I think that's it for today's video. Yeah, so I just wanted to share with you guys how elimination diet saved my life and healed me from my debilitating cycles. So if you're in pain, you can be healed too. All right, guys, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.